I was about to say, hold up. Who told him to put me on my LSAT? What's up? Oh my god.
DJ Uzi, DJ Uzi. DJ Uzi, DJ Uzi.
Hey you guys, coming back to you with another video. I know it's been a while. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ayana and I am an aspiring lawyer trying to get into law school. If you haven't seen my other law series, please go look at some of the videos. I may include at the top my previous video or it'll be at the end. But I am coming back to you today with a recap video of the June LSAT. I did receive my LSAT score. I will have that at the end, but I am simply just going to be talking about my experience taking the test again for the third time. If you didn't know, now you know. I took the test, the first test in 2019, the second one in 2020, and now this is my third time taking the test. Just to start off, I obviously took the LSAT Flex. If you don't know what the LSAT Flex is, the LSAT Flex is a test that is a modified version of the original test. So instead of 5 sections, you get 4: logical reasoning, logic games, and reading comprehension in the experimental. Of course, you don't know what the experimental is, but one of them will be, because it'll be double of a section. But on test day, I had some technical difficulties, which I felt like was not starting the day off correctly, because it's just like, this is not the energy I need. But, you know, I logged into the website like 5 minutes before, because I was just like so excited to get it over with after studying for almost a year. I will have another video in the future as far as what did I do to get the score that I did. But to not get off track. Anyway, I logged into the session and they ask you about sharing the screen, because they want to see the screen so that you're not on other things such as texting people on the internet or anything of that sort. I kept sharing my screen, but it would not share. So obviously this is on a weekend. This is not a day where you can call LSAT and be like, oh well, I'm having technical difficulties. So I tried to share it 3 times and it was not working. And I was just sitting there like, I guess it's not destined for me to take this test today. But it kept taking me to live support, and when I would go to live support, a live support wasn't there to answer my questions. So I tried again to get in contact with live support, and finally they answered, and it was like, okay, well, based off your system, you're going to have to allow us to share your screen. And I'm just like, wow, no wonder why it wasn't working. Finally got my preferences fixed in my laptop, and it finally allowed me to share the screen. Now this is the next step. After I was able to share my screen, they connected me with a live agent. Connected with a live agent, and they're just like, all right, you have to show each part of your room. So you got to show the bottom of your floor, you got to show on your ceiling, on the side, make sure that you have specifically 5 pieces of paper, 1 pen, 1 pencil. And then also, because I knew I was taking a test, I made sure to have my test, because I knew I was taking a test, I made sure to keep my phone upstairs, because I know you can't have your cell phone. So I expressed this to the live agent, and he's just like, well, you know, you're gonna have to go upstairs and go get it. And so I'm just like, well, you want me to take my computer with me? He like, yeah. I go upstairs, show my phone is on the bed off, and I'm like, so do you want me to take it downstairs? And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna need you to bring it downstairs. I bring it downstairs, and I'm like, he's like, you gotta put it out of hand's reach. And I'm just thinking to myself, well, my phone was up here, out of hand's reach, but you want me to come do it again. But, okay, difficultness. I put it at the same place where the paper was, which was like a nice distance away from where I was, so I wouldn't be able to touch it. Finally, it actually took longer, like I'm talking really fast as far as to explain it, but this process took longer. to the point where my test was supposed to start at 2:20, and I didn't start my test till like 3 something. So it was a long range of time, but I finally like accepted everything, saying I understand, I won't say exactly what's on the test and what order, whatever the case may be. And I hurry up and click on the first section, and I didn't realize I was supposed to wait on the home page of the LSAT page, waiting for him to give me direction because he went quiet. So I didn't know. So I'm just like, oh man. So my test is started right now, and he's talking to me at this very moment. So I'm just like, all right, let me just get into this. Let me do what I gotta do and get going, because I don't got time to listen to him. I'm like, okay, but it wasn't long. How long he was talking? I take the test and I'm like, all right, I'm moving smoothly through it. I'm trying to sit there and really think and not trying to like passively read anything, because it's just like, this does not work for me when I am practicing, and I know this is something I do a lot. But I finished the section, went to the next section, and I got a break. At this break where I think it was a little bit difficult for me, as far as like, typically if you have a timer it'll go off, but if you're not near your computer, even though they say you can go away from your computer and you don't have to have your camera on, it won't ding ding that like break is over. Mind you, your phone is off, so you're not going to have your phone to remind you, but you got to stay close enough to know how much time you've really been sitting there. So it was a good thing that I was close, just trying to like, what do you call it, trying to rest my mind on it, and to really just be like, all right, you got this, John. Don't stress. It's okay. So this is my mindset while taking the test. And eventually the person who was my proctor, he came on. And so I'm like, hello, hi. I'm thinking we're about to jump immediately into the next section, because I'm just like, I'm ready. These 10 minutes is over. Let's go. But that didn't happen. So what happened was, so I'm like, hello, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna need you to wait for a second. Mind you, I'm sitting there for a couple minutes after the timer is off. So I'm just like, what am I supposed to do now? I'm like, hello, is anybody still here? And so he's like, he doesn't answer. I so happened to go in the chat, because I was going to write in the chat just in case he couldn't hear me no more. And I realized they were changing people in the middle of me waiting for my next section to start. So I'm just like, man, all right. So I guess this is what it's about to be. And eventually somebody did come back on, and they're like, hello. And they made me do that whole process of looking at the ceiling, looking down, around, everything again. And I'm just like, man, people must be cheating a lot or something, which I don't even understand how people could honestly cheat on that test. But people must have been doing things. And then also they checked my glasses as well to make sure it wasn't no gadgets in it and things of that sort. I forgot to mention that. And I was like, okay, people do the most. But I eventually got to do my last 2 sections. I felt so good. I felt better than I have in the past when taking the test. So that was like a relief type feeling. They made me rip up the pieces of paper that I used, and it was like, okay, your test is over once we officially disconnect. Obviously you can't talk about what was on the test, what did you do. That's just a waiver you sign, and you're not going to catch me on video talking about it, so, or anywhere else. But that is basically my recap of the LSAT, and I'll show a clip at the end of this just about my reaction to my score, because now it is July 3rd right now. So I got my score back on the 29th. So I hope you guys enjoy. I really am going to try to start making more videos, more content. Right now I'm working on my personal statement, trying to perfect it so that I can have a chance at these schools. So please bear with me. If you like these kind of videos, please comment, like, subscribe, share. Let's get these views up. Let's get this some content and material. As always, if you have any questions, my email is in my bio. And just thank you so much for watching my video. This next clip will be my reaction to my LSAT score. Next. Hey you guys, you're probably like previously, but I am about to see my score, and this is about to be a real live reaction, so it's going to be what it's going to be. This test is beneath me, and it will always be beneath me, if I'm being completely honest. But let me try to talk a little bit to get the nerves to go away. This is a very, very nerve-wracking experience. So let's hope. And you know, my internet does not want to work right now, so I don't know what is going to be happening. Isn't this great? Okay, I got the website up, and I'm about to see this in real time. I was about to say, hold up. Put me on my LSAT. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Oh, okay. So I know y'all probably wondering, what score did I get? Why am I just so hyped right now? I got a 151, and I said that I would not take this test again if I got in the 150s. That's all I was hoping for this test. It may be low, but that's what I was hoping for. A great way to end the video. Bye, you guys.
DJ Uzi.
Any dope names arch your back.